everyone! Welcome back to Fluentx English. I'm Sarah, and oh my god, I'm so excited about today's topic.
And I'm Mike. Sarah, you look way too happy right now. What's going on?
Well, Mike, remember last week when I told you about meeting that girl at the coffee shop? The one who loves painting?
Oh yeah, the one you couldn't stop talking about for like 3 days straight.
Exactly! And you know what? We're actually meeting up this Saturday to paint together. Can you believe it? I made a new friend just by talking about hobbies.
See, that's amazing. And that's exactly what we're diving into today, folks. We're talking about how to discuss your hobbies in English, and not just discuss them, but actually use them to connect with people and make real friendships.
Because let's be honest here. How many times have you met someone new and the conversation just dies? Like you say hi, you ask how are you, they say fine, and then awkward silence.
Oh God, yes, that painful silence where you're both just standing there like, well, what now?
Right? But here's the thing. Hobbies are like this magical key that unlocks real conversations. When you learn to talk about what you love doing, people actually want to keep talking to you.
Absolutely. So before we jump in, if you're new here, welcome to Fluentx English. We're all about making English learning natural, fun, and actually useful in real life.
And if you've been with us for a while, you know we love seeing you grow. So do us a tiny favor. Hit that like button if you're ready to learn something awesome today, and subscribe if you haven't already. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.
All right, Sarah, so let's start with the basics. When someone asks you about your hobbies, what's the biggest mistake people make?
Oh, I know this one. They give one-word answers. Like someone asks, "What do you do for fun?" And they're like, "Reading." That's it. Just reading. And then silence again.
Yes, it's like they're answering a police investigation or something, just the facts, nothing else.
Exactly. But think about it. If someone tells you they like reading, what are you supposed to say? Oh, cool. And then the conversation is over before it even started.
Right, so the first rule we're learning today is add details. Don't just name your hobby, bring it to life.
Yes. So instead of saying, "I like reading," try something like this. "I'm really into reading, especially mystery novels. There's something about trying to solve the puzzle before the detective does that just gets me so pumped."
See the difference? Now I'm curious. Now I want to ask you, oh really? What's the last mystery you read? Or have you figured out any good ones lately?
Exactly. You gave me something to work with. You painted a picture, not just a boring label.
Mm-hmm. And here's another thing. Notice how Sarah said, I'm really into reading, not I like reading. That phrase, I'm really into, it shows passion. It shows energy.
Oh, yeah, and people are attracted to passion. When you sound excited about something, others get excited too. It's contagious.
Absolutely. So let's practice a few more examples. Sarah, what if someone's hobby is cooking? How would they make it interesting?
Okay, so the boring version is, "I like cooking." Yawn, right? But the interesting version could be, "I'm really into cooking, especially experimenting with Indian spices. Last week, I made this butter chicken that my roommate said was better than the restaurant version. I'm not sure I believe her, but hey, I'll take the compliment."
Perfect. See what happened there? You didn't just say cooking. You mentioned a specific type, Indian spices. You shared a recent experience, and you even added a little humor at the end.
Yeah, and now if I'm talking to you, you might say, "Oh, I love Indian food. What recipe should I try first?" Or, "Do you follow any cooking channels?" Boom, conversation flowing.
Exactly. And that's the second big point here. Share recent experiences. Don't just talk about your hobby in general terms. Tell people what you did recently.
Because recent experiences are relatable and specific. They give the other person something real to connect with.
Right. So let's say your hobby is playing guitar. Don't just say, I play guitar. Instead, try, I've been learning guitar for about 2 years now, and I just figured out how to play my favorite song last night. Took me like 50 tries, but I finally got it. My fingers are still sore.
Oh, I love that because now I'm thinking, wow, what song was it? And also, this person doesn't give up easily. That's cool.
Exactly. You're not just sharing information, you're sharing a piece of yourself, your struggles, your victories, your personality.
Yes, and that's what makes people want to be friends with you. Not just knowing you play guitar, but knowing you're the kind of person who practices 50 times until you get it right.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we've covered two big things so far. Number one, add details and paint a picture. Number two, share recent experiences. Now let's talk about the third key, asking follow-up questions.
Oh, this is huge because conversations aren't one-way streets, right? It's not just about you talking about your hobbies, it's about connecting over shared interests.
Exactly. So let's say someone tells you they're into photography. What do you do next?
Well, if you're interested at all, you ask questions like, oh, that's cool. What kind of photography? Do you like portraits, landscapes, or something else?
Perfect. And even if you don't know much about photography, you can still show genuine curiosity. Like, I don't know much about photography, but I've always wondered, how do you get those amazing sunset shots? Like, is it all about timing or is there some camera magic involved?
Yes. And here's the beautiful thing. People love talking about their passions. So when you ask questions, you're basically giving them a gift. You're saying, hey, I care about what makes you happy.
Mm-hmm. And let me tell you something from personal experience. Some of my best friendships started because someone asked me one good question about something I love.
Really? Tell us.
Yeah, so I'm into cycling, right? And a few months ago, I mentioned it casually at work. This guy I barely knew asked me, oh, where do you usually ride? And I told him about this trail near the river. Then he said, I've been wanting to try cycling, but I'm not sure where to start. Would you mind if I join you sometime?
Aw, that's so sweet.
Right? And now we ride together every Sunday morning. We grab coffee after, we talk about life, work, everything. All because he asked one genuine question.
See, that's the power of hobbies. They're not just activities, they're bridges between people.
Exactly. So don't be afraid to ask questions even if you think they might sound basic. Most people are happy to share what they know.
Mm-hmm. And here's a little trick. If you want to sound more natural, use phrases like, I'm curious, or I've always wondered. These phrases show you're genuinely interested, not just making small talk.
Oh, yeah. Like instead of saying, how do you do that? You could say, I'm really curious. How did you get started with that? It sounds warmer, more personal.
Exactly. All right, so let's move to another important point finding common ground. This is where the magic really happens.
Yes. So common ground means discovering things you both enjoy or can relate to. And here's the thing. Even if you don't share the exact same hobby, you can often find connections.
Right. Like, let's say someone tells you they love hiking, and you're thinking, oh no, I'm not really into hiking. That's so much walking.
Yeah, but instead of just saying, oh, that's not really my thing, and killing the conversation, look for the connection. Maybe you like being outdoors too, just in different ways.
Exactly. So you could say something like, I'm not much of a hiker myself, but I totally get the appeal of being in nature. I actually love just sitting by the lake with a book. There's something so peaceful about being away from the city noise, you know?
Perfect. See what happened? You didn't pretend to love hiking, but you found the common thread, enjoying nature, getting away from the city. Now you're bonding over that shared feeling.
Yes. And the person might say, oh, yeah, I love that peaceful feeling too. That's actually why I hike. Maybe we could do a nature trip together sometime. You bring your book, I'll do some trail walking.
And boom, potential friendship unlocked. All because you looked for the connection instead of the difference.
Mm-hmm. Here's another example. Let's say someone's really into video games and you're not a gamer at all. You could still say, I don't really play video games much, but I love the storytelling aspect. I watched my brother play this game called The Last of Us, and wow, the story was incredible, almost like watching a movie.
Yes, that's perfect because you're showing respect for their interest while being honest about your own experience. You're building a bridge.
Exactly. And people appreciate honesty. You don't have to fake loving something just to make friends. Just find that one thing you can genuinely connect over.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about energy and enthusiasm. This is something people don't think about enough, but it makes a huge difference.
Oh my God, yes. You can have the most interesting hobby in the world, but if you talk about it like you're reading a grocery list, nobody's going to care.
Exactly. Your tone, your energy, your facial expressions, they all matter. When you talk about something you love, let that excitement show.
Right. So instead of saying in a flat voice, I like dancing, try putting some life into it. I absolutely love dancing. There's something about moving to the music that just makes all my stress disappear. After a long day, I put on my favorite playlist and just let go. It's like therapy, but way more fun.
See the difference? I can feel your energy. I can picture you dancing and having a great time. That's what draws people in.
Exactly. And here's something interesting. Even if someone doesn't share your hobby, your enthusiasm can make them curious to try it.
Oh, yeah, I've had that happen so many times. Someone talks about rock climbing with so much passion that I'm like, okay, I need to try this at least once.
Right? Energy is contagious, so don't hold back. If you love something, show it.
Mm-hmm. Now, here's something super important that we need to address. What if you feel like your hobbies are boring? What if you think, I just watch Netflix and scroll through social media? That's not interesting enough to talk about.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought this up, Mike, because I hear this all the time, and it's just not true.
Exactly. Here's the reality. There's no such thing as a boring hobby. There are only boring ways of talking about hobbies.
Yes, even something as simple as watching shows can be interesting if you talk about it the right way.
Right. So instead of saying, I just watched Netflix, try this. I'm really into Korean dramas lately. I started watching them during lockdown and now I'm hooked. The storytelling is just different, you know? More emotional, more layered. My friends make fun of me, but I don't care.
Perfect. See, now I'm curious. I might ask, oh, which one should I start with? Or what makes them different from American shows?
Exactly. You gave context, you showed passion, and you even added a bit of humor. That's all it takes.
Mm-hmm. Or let's say you like cooking, but you only make simple stuff. You might think, oh, I just make basic meals, nothing fancy. But you could frame it like this. I love cooking comfort food. Nothing too complicated, just the classics done right. My grandma's mac and cheese recipe is my specialty. And honestly, it's become my stress relief after work.
Yes, that's so much better. You're not just listing an activity, you're sharing what it means to you.
Exactly. Every hobby has a story, an emotion, a reason behind it. That's what people connect with.
Absolutely. All right, so we've covered a lot in this first part. Let's do a quick recap before we move to part two.
Yes, so remember, number one, add details and paint a picture. Don't just name your hobby, bring it to life with specifics.
Number two, share recent experiences. Tell people what you actually did, not just what you generally do.
Number three, ask genuine questions. Show curiosity about other people's interests.
Number four, find common ground, even when hobbies are different. Look for the connection, not the difference.
Number five, bring energy and enthusiasm. Let your passion show.
And number 6, remember there are no boring hobbies, only boring ways of talking about them.
Perfect. And we're just getting started. In part 2, we're going to dive into specific conversation strategies, common mistakes to avoid, and real-life scenarios you can practice.
All right, everyone, welcome to part 2. If you're just joining us, go back and watch part 1 first. Trust me, you need that foundation.
Yes, and if you're still here from part 1, thank you for sticking with us. Let's dive deeper now.
So, Sarah, let's talk about something that makes a lot of people nervous. Starting a conversation about hobbies with someone you just met.
Oh, yes. This can feel awkward at first, right? You're standing there, maybe at a party or a networking event, and you're thinking, how do I even bring this up without sounding weird?
Exactly. So let's break down some natural openers. The key is to be casual and observant.
So, for example, let's say you're at a coffee shop and you notice someone has a camera bag. That's your opening. You could say, hey, I noticed your camera. Are you into photography?
Perfect. You're starting with an observation, not a random question out of nowhere. It feels natural.
Right. And most people will appreciate that you noticed. They might say, oh, yeah, I actually just came back from a photo walk downtown.
And then you can follow up. Oh, that's cool. What kind of stuff do you like to photograph?
Exactly. See how easy that flow is? You observed, you asked, they answered, you showed interest. That's the formula.
Here's another scenario. Let's say you're at work and you overhear a colleague talking about a weekend trip. You could jump in and say, sorry, I couldn't help but overhear. Did you say you went hiking this weekend?
Yes, and that sorry I couldn't help but overhear part is important because it shows you're not being nosy, you're just genuinely interested.
Exactly. And then they might say, yeah, I went to that trail up in the mountains. It was amazing.
And you could respond with, that sounds incredible. I've been wanting to get into hiking, but I don't know where to start. Any tips for a beginner?
Perfect. Now you're not just making conversation, you're opening the door for them to share their knowledge and maybe even invite you along next time.
Yes, and here's something important. Even if you're not planning to actually start hiking, asking for tips is a great way to keep the conversation going and show respect for their expertise.
Absolutely. People love being helpful. It makes them feel valued.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's talk about another crucial skill, keeping the conversation balanced. This means not dominating the conversation with only your hobbies, but also not disappearing and letting the other person do all the talking.
Oh, yeah, this is tricky. Some people get so excited they talk for 10 minutes straight about their model train collection.
Haha, yes. And look, passion is great, but you also need to read the room. If someone's eyes are glazing over, maybe pause and bring them back in.
Exactly. So, a good rule is the tennis match rule. In tennis, the ball goes back and forth, right? Same with conversation.
Yes, you share something, then you pass the ball. You say something like, but enough about me. What about you? What do you like to do when you're not working?
Perfect. That's the pass. You're giving them space to share.
Right. And when they share, you listen actively. That means not just waiting for your turn to talk, but actually hearing what they're saying.
Mm-hmm. Active listening includes things like nodding, making eye contact, and responding with phrases like, oh, really? Or, that's interesting. Tell me more.
Yes, these little phrases show you're engaged. You're in the conversation, not just physically present.
Exactly. Now let's talk about something fun, turning hobby conversations into actual plans.
Oh, I love this part because talking is great, but doing things together is how friendships actually form.
Right. So let's say you both love trying new restaurants. How do you turn that into a plan without being too pushy?
Okay, so here's a smooth way to do it. You could say, you know what? We should totally check out that new Thai place downtown together. Are you free any evening this week?
Yes, notice how casual that is. You're not saying, let's hang out, which can sound too formal or forced. You're suggesting a specific activity based on your shared interest.
Exactly. And you're being specific. That new Thai place, not just let's eat sometime. Specific plans are more likely to actually happen.
Mm-hmm. And if they seem interested but unsure about timing, you can say, no pressure at all. Just let me know if you're ever up for it.
Perfect. That takes the pressure off and keeps it friendly.
Right. Now, here's a scenario that happens a lot. What if you suggest something and they say no or seem hesitant?
Okay, so first of all, don't take it personally. People are busy, or maybe they're just not comfortable yet. That's totally fine.
Exactly. You can just say, no worries at all. Maybe another time. And then move on naturally. Don't make it awkward by over-apologizing or pushing.
Yes, keep it light. The door is still open for future opportunities, but you're not being pushy.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about online conversations, because these days a lot of friendships start through social media or messaging apps.
Oh, yes, and the same principles apply, but there are some differences.
Right. So let's say you're in a Facebook group about book lovers and someone posts about a book you just finished. How do you start a conversation?
Okay, so you could comment something like, oh my God, I just finished this last week. That plot twist in chapter 15, I literally gasped out loud. Did you see it coming?
Perfect. You're being enthusiastic, you're referencing something specific without spoiling it, and you're asking a question.
Exactly. And they might reply, right? I had no idea. I had to reread that whole section. And now you're in a conversation.
Mm-hmm. And from there, you could take it to direct messages if the conversation keeps flowing. You might say, hey, I love chatting about books with you. Do you use Goodreads? We should connect.
Yes, that's a natural bridge from public comments to a more personal connection.
Exactly. And the same works for Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, wherever. Find common interests, engage genuinely, and build from there.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's talk about some common mistakes people make when discussing hobbies. This is important because avoiding these can save you from awkward moments.
Yes. So mistake number one, being too negative about other people's hobbies.
Oh, God, yes. Like someone says they love running marathons, and you're like, ugh, that sounds like torture. I could never do that.
Exactly. Even if it's not your thing, don't put it down. Instead, you could say, wow, that takes serious dedication. I'm more of a short distance person myself, but I really respect anyone who can run that far.
Perfect. You're being honest about your own preferences without dismissing theirs.
Right. Mistake number two, one-upping. This is when someone shares their hobby experience and you immediately jump in with, oh yeah, well, I did something even better.
Ah, yes, that's so annoying. Like someone says, I just learned how to bake bread, and you're like, oh, I've been baking bread for years. It's so easy.
Exactly. That makes the other person feel small. Instead, celebrate their achievement. Say something like, that's awesome. Homemade bread is the best. What kind did you make?
Yes, be supportive, not competitive.
Mm-hmm. Mistake number three, fake interest. People can tell when you're just pretending to care.
Oh, absolutely. Like if someone's talking about their stamp collection and you're clearly bored but forcing yourself to nod along, they can feel that.
Right. So here's the thing. If you're genuinely not interested, it's okay to politely acknowledge it and shift to find common ground. You could say, I don't know much about stamp collecting, but I love how passionate you are about it. What got you started?
Yes, you're being honest but still respectful. And who knows, their story might actually interest you even if stamps don't.
Exactly. Mistake number four, making assumptions. Just because someone likes one thing doesn't mean they fit a stereotype.
Oh, yes, like assuming someone who plays video games is antisocial or someone who reads a lot is boring. That's so unfair.
Right. Keep an open mind. People are complex. Someone might be a hardcore gamer and also love salsa dancing. You never know.
Exactly. Don't put people in boxes.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's talk about vocabulary. Having the right words and phrases makes these conversations flow so much better.
Yes, so instead of always saying I like, mix it up. Use phrases like I'm passionate about, I'm really into, I'm hooked on, I'm crazy about.
Perfect. Those all show different levels of enthusiasm, like I'm hooked on is more intense than I'm into.
Right. And when someone shares their hobby, instead of just saying cool, try these responses. That sounds fascinating, or I've always wanted to try that, or you must be really good at that.
Yes, these responses keep the energy going. They show genuine interest.
Mm-hmm. And here's another useful phrase. I've been meaning to. Like, oh, I've been meaning to learn guitar. Where did you start?
Perfect. That opens the door for them to give advice and feel helpful.
Exactly. All right, Mike, let's do some rapid fire real life scenarios. I'll give a situation, you give the response.
Okay, I'm ready. Bring it on.
Scenario 1, you're at a party, someone mentions they love podcasts. What do you say?
Oh, nice. What kind of podcasts are you into? I'm always looking for new recommendations.
Perfect. Scenario 2, someone says they collect vintage records. You don't know anything about records.
That's so cool. I don't know much about vinyl, but I'm curious. What makes vintage records special compared to digital music?
Excellent. Scenario 3, you meet someone who loves the same TV show as you.
Oh my God, yes! I'm obsessed with that show. Which season are you on? Please tell me you've seen the latest episode.
Haha, yes, perfect energy. See how natural these can be?
Absolutely. It's all about being genuine and curious.
Now let's talk about body language briefly because this matters even in hobby conversations.
Yes, so when someone's talking about their hobby, face them. Don't look at your phone, don't scan the room for someone more interesting.
Right, give them your attention. Lean in slightly, it shows you're engaged.
Exactly, and smile, especially when they're excited about something. Your facial expressions mirror their energy.
Yes, and use your hands if you're naturally expressive. It makes you seem more animated and fun to talk to.
But also read their body language. If they're stepping back or checking their watch, maybe wrap up the conversation gracefully.
Exactly. You could say something like, well, I won't keep you, but it was really great chatting about this. Let's connect on Instagram.
Perfect. You're ending on a positive note and leaving the door open.
Yes. All right, everyone, we're coming to the end here, so let's do a final powerful summary of everything we learned today.
Yes, so remember, talking about hobbies isn't just small talk. It's one of the best ways to form genuine connections and make real friends.
The keys are be specific and detailed, share recent experiences, show genuine enthusiasm, ask curious questions, find common ground even in differences, and keep the conversation balanced.
Avoid being negative about others' interests. Don't one-up people, don't fake interest, and don't make assumptions.
Use varied vocabulary to express your passion, pay attention to body language, and don't be afraid to turn conversations into actual plans.
And remember, every hobby, no matter how simple it seems to you, has the potential to connect you with amazing people.
Because at the end of the day, hobbies are windows into who we are. When you share what you love, you're sharing a piece of your soul.
And when you genuinely appreciate what others love, you're building bridges that can last a lifetime.
So next time someone asks what you do for fun, don't just give a one-word answer. Paint that picture, share that story, let your excitement shine.
And when someone shares their hobby with you, listen with your whole heart. Ask questions, find connections, and see where it leads.
You never know, your next best friend might be one hobby conversation away.
Absolutely. So everyone watching, we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell us what's one hobby you're passionate about. Let's practice right here in the comments.
Yes, and describe it the way we taught you today. Make it interesting, add details, share a recent experience. Let's see those skills in action.
And if you found this helpful, please hit that like button. It really helps us reach more people who want to improve their English and make meaningful connections.
And subscribe if you haven't already. We post new videos every single day to help you speak English naturally and confidently.
All right, everyone, that's it for today. Thank you so much for spending this time with us.
We'll see you tomorrow with another amazing lesson. Until then, go out there and start some hobby conversations. Make some friends, have some fun.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, and remember, you're doing amazing. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep being awesome.